Hello, good day. For this video, I'll be presenting how to use analysis of variance in SPSS. Okay, so this is just a made-up data. So I assume already you have watched the previous video, no? So just to give you a recap again, so this is your variable view. This is where we'll be putting the basic information of your variables or concepts mentioned in your tool or instrument or questionnaire, no? Then on your data view, nandito ngayon yung ating respective response ng ating mga respondents. So this is just a made up data, no? So for an analysis of variance, we must take note of our independent then our dependent variable. Now our independent variable is technically categorical, or not technically, purely categorical. So it could be nominal or ordinal. Then for your dependent variable, it would now be continuous. But for your independent variable, kailangan more than two groups siya, no? So pag t-test, we use gender or we use ethnicity because it was grouped. The variable has been grouped into two. So Highlander, Lowlanders, for instance, in terms of ethnicity, then gender, males and females, 2. If we group our variables more than 2, we'll be using ANOVA. So for instance, academic strand, we have Hume, STEM, ABM, Tech, Voc, and the such, more than 2. The grouping is more than 2. So gagamitin natin is ANOVA. So from economic standing, so this is ordinal. And looking into the sample data alone, there are more than 2. Actually, there are 3 groupings. The lower, the middle, and the upper class. So ANOVA yung gagamitin natin. Now take note of the classification of your independent variable. So for this video tutorial, let us, for instance, just attempt to measure or determine the difference between academic strand and chi-score. Or no, okay. We could use chi-score continuous. However, let's make it an ordinal one. So we want to compare academic strand to political awareness. So ordinal siya, no? So pwede kasi may range. So we go to analyze. Where's ANOVA? ANOVA is under compare means. Then we click one-way ANOVA. Now under one-way ANOVA, when you open this one, blanco yung data. So may window na lalabas. We click on the independent variable academic strand. We put it on the factor. Then your dependent variable would be under dependent list, no? So we want to know the political awareness. So we have our own hypothesis. For instance, Hume students are greater in terms of political awareness. You may check contrast, although nothing to check here. Post-hoc analysis, for the sake of individual comparison. I will be discussing this one, no? Post-hoc analysis, pag kinompute kasi natin yung academic strand and political awareness later, may lalabas na is it different or there is no significant difference. Now, pag may significant difference, immediately tatalon tayo sa post-hoc analysis. I'll explain this one later. You may click options. However, no need to check on this one. Let's go with the basics muna, no? Then click OK. May ma-generate na bagong window. Then this is now your ANOVA. Okay, looking into ANOVA, things to check. We immediately look sa F value natin or immediately going with your significant, no? Yung F value natin is when you use the manual computation. Ito yung madalas na hinahanap natin, and we will be comparing it with your F computed value. So binigay yung degree of freedom, then your F value, although manual computation. Now for SPSS, we could immediately check for your significant or your P value. So kung 0, 0 yan, and compare it with 0.05, may level of significance. If you want to know the actual value of your significance, at ganito yung lumabas, you just double click this one. Okay, double click. Oh, ba't nga? Ilalabas na value. Yan. Okay, mali pala yung pagka-click ko. Yan. So 0021, lesser siya sa 0.05, so may significant difference. Now, kung may significant difference, automatically we proceed with post-hoc test. Now, another thing, Now, kunyari lumabas dito is greater than siya sa 0.05, sabihin na natin na 26.5. Wala nang post-hoc analysis, walang difference. All groupings are equal. So, yung academic strands would now be equal, walang difference. Now, in this case, 0, 0 yan, we go to your post-hoc analysis. Ngayon, alamin natin kung anong strand yung talagang nagdi-differ, no? So, for instance, ganito, no? Ang daming values, we just look in terms of your significance or your p-value. So, Humes versus STEM, 0.06, kulang siya ng isa, not significant. ABM, not significant, kasi mas mataas siya sa 0.05. Then we have your GAS, then TechVoc. So, Hume students and GAS and TechVoc nagdi-differ. Dito sa STEM, dito sa under your STEM, since na-mention na siya dito, no need to check. STEM versus ABM, STEM versus ABM, not significant, not significant. 0.05, STEM versus TechVoc, significant, no? Then we go with your ABM, ganun din. So ABM versus TechVoc, 0.01. So ABM versus TechVoc may significance. Then from your GAS, makikita natin GAS versus Humes, nandito din na mention, may significance. Then versus TechVoc, may significance. I hope you enumerate yung mga sinasabi ko in your mind, perhaps. Tapos yung TechVoc, no? When you try to check, for instance, sa TechVoc, no? Lahat ay may difference. Now, this is a thing that you must observe pagdating sa ANOVA, no? When we compare the mean, for instance, bakit may difference yung TechVoc natin? Ibig sabihin yan, you have to go back with your mean. You have to go back with your mean, so yung mean difference natin, masyado siyang negative. Or you have to compute again for your mean, no? So, ang sinasabi ng data, perhaps, is that among the core, may significant difference, and TechVoc, yung may difference among those tracks. Now, this is just a made-up data. Now, for instance, we imagine na ganito talaga yung sitwasyon, you as researchers must recognize na may problema sa TechVoc at bakit nagdi-differ yung political awareness nila compared with from your other academic strand. So technically, in my point of view, or just to corroborate, there's something with the academics of your TechVoc in terms of political knowledge or awareness. So kailangan nating ayusin yung kanilang curriculum. Now, this is not basically a labeling theory, but we must recognize the fact that there is something wrong. At yun yung binibigay ng ANOVA. Although, may I emphasize again, kasi baka may magalit na iba, na bias, no, bakit ganun daw yung TechVoc. And another thing, no, aside from the TechVoc, kasi yung TechVoc halos different lahat, no. In terms of Humes din, we look into 0.67, 0.08, although wala siyang difference in terms of your ABM. Now, ang pwede nating i-insight dito, Humes yung well-performed. Kaya it's not just basically quantitative yung insight natin dito. We have to look it into a qualitative point of view. From the findings, investigate the present status quo, the situation, look into the curriculum, for instance. So Humes are well exposed in terms of political concepts, in terms of sociological concepts. Kaya talaga nagkakaroon ng difference. Then we have the TechVoc. So that's ANOVA for SPSS.